With just months to go for the Uttar Pradesh polls, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Aligarh today. The Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone for the long-proposed state university in the name of Raja Mahendra Singh. As a part of the arrangements, a massive tent covering 3 lakh square meters has been put, which will be under tight security. The pandal will be able to accommodate approximately 1 lakh people. This event aims to woo the Jat community, which has been at the forefront of the farmer protest.
जिन्होंने कि अफगानिस्तान में पहली निर्वासित सरकार की स्थापना की, राजा महेंद्र प्रताप जी के सम्मान में कल विश्वविद्यालय की आधारशिला रखी जाएगी। उसी क्रम में यह पूरी तैयारी की जा रही है। जो हमारी सिक्योरिटी की ड्रिल है उसके हिसाब से पूरी ड्रिल कर ली गई है। एसओपी के हिसाब से पूरी ड्यूटी लगा दी गई है। जो भी सीएपीएफ की टीमें थी, बीएसएफ, सीआरपीएफ, उनकी ड्यूटी लगा दी गई, आरएफ की लगा दी गई और डिफरेंट जो सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी के साथ कोऑर्डिनेशन होना चाहिए था वो कर लिया गया है।
So massive security cover in place in Aligarh ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. But why this focus at the Jat community? Let's decode the factors, the significance of the Jat community in battleground Uttar Pradesh. Number one, they form 14% of the population in 22 districts of Western UP, the critical region of Western UP. They can decide the outcome in 20 assembly and 17 Lok Sabha seats. So that is their political power in the state of Uttar Pradesh, the coveted state which decides who claims power at the center. Number three, this is an attempt to pacify Jat farmers who are at the helm of the farmer agitation against the 3 farm laws. Number four, this will highlight that the BJP is only a party that cares about the Jats. That pitch coming in by laying the foundation stone of the university in the name of the Jat icon Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh. And a larger message goes out to the Jat communities in Haryana, Punjab and Rajasthan. The resonance, the BJP's resonance from Uttar Pradesh spreading to these other critical states where the BJP has a huge stake at the same time. Let's get a view from our reporters. I'm joined by Arun Dhanta, who's reporting from Aligarh, and Pranshu Mishra reporting from Lucknow to decode the wider political significance of Prime Minister Modi's move. Arun, I'll come to you first. What is the latest from Aligarh?
Ayushman, at this moment we are right at that venue where Prime Minister Modi is expected to arrive at 11:30 a.m. Let me quickly show you a glimpse around. Right behind me is a place where Prime Minister Modi's chopper will be landing, and the distance between the stage and the helipad is around 100 meters. So he's going to come from that to the state side, and you can see on your screen a massive deployment of Uttar Pradesh police. Close to 19 districts of Uttar Pradesh police personnel are here at this moment. Along with that, the CRP personnel are also present here on the ground. If you see on my left, this is the entry gate for all those people who will be coming here to witness Prime Minister Modi's address, and also when he is going to lay the foundation stone for Jat icon Mahendra Pratap Singh. Even on my left side, these are the different blocks which has been made for the entry of those people who will go inside. As senior leaders of BJP here are telling us that they are expecting close to 1 lakh people at this venue, and therefore these arrangements have been made on such a large scale. In fact, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi was also here at this venue to oversee the preparations on every aspect of the visit of Prime Minister Modi. And in fact, many other ministers have been given responsibility to make this program a grand one. And I don't know whether it is possible for my camera person to just show you the distance from the last seat of this venue to the stage. It's massive. It seems as if a kilometer away from where the stage has been put up, and therefore different screens at a fair distance have been put up here so that people who are sitting in last rows can easily see and address what Prime Minister Modi is seeing through these big screens. So the massive arrangements have been made here by the BJP. Not only the security paraphernalia is at high, but also the other preparations which are needed to accommodate such a large capacity of people to witness this program here. Back to you.
So the preparations are on in full swing, as Arun is pointing out. 1 lakh people expected to attend that event, where Prime Minister Modi will lay the foundation stone for a state university in the name of Mahendra Pratap Singh, the Jat icon. Let's get that view from Pranshu Mishra, who's reporting from Lucknow, the wider political view of the behind Prime Minister Modi's massive visit to Aligarh. Pranshu, decode the resonance of Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh within the Jat community and the wider political messaging with Prime Minister Modi's visit to Aligarh just months ahead of the state elections.
Well, clearly, this is not just about inaugurating or rather laying the foundation stone for a state university or laying the foundation stone for an ambitious defense corridor project in Western Uttar Pradesh. It is a sort of a political poll bugle being sounded, especially in Western Uttar Pradesh. Right through the period of Corona, from last year to this year, this point in time, there has not been, event on this massive scale of the Bharatiya Janata Party, of the Prime Minister in particular. So in that sense, Aligarh event marks, the BJP sounding poll bugle in the very important region of Western Uttar Pradesh. Now, Western Uttar Pradesh, we all know, is very crucial for the BJP. And if you see BJP's rise since 2014 onwards, 2014 general elections, 2017 state elections, 2019 again the general elections, all the time BJP has almost swept Western Uttar Pradesh, and when it sweeps Western Uttar Pradesh, the Jat community has stood like a pillar of solid support for the Bharatiya Janata Party. This time around, the rising sentiment within the BJP and the larger opposition is that probably this sentiment has been breached. We have seen two phenomena happening in Western Uttar Pradesh. One, this sort of communal polarization which has started in Western Uttar Pradesh after the infamous riots of Muzaffarnagar in 2013. That seems to be coming down. And following these farmers' protests, there has been a very strong attempt by the opposition to somehow bridge the communal divide. And most recently in Muzaffarnagar's Farmers Panchayat, you heard the slogans of Allahu Akbar and Har Har Mahadev from the same stage after almost a decade. So this is, can be a worrying trend for the Bharatiya Janata Party. In that sense, today's mobilization, Arun was pointing out that there is an arrangement of more than 1 lakh people. So in a way, in terms of head counts, this could be a reply to the large gathering of farmers which very recently happened in Muzaffarnagar. BJP wants to communicate that, it still has a very strong hold as far as West UP is concerned. Second, by, invoking the legacy of Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh, the fact that he was from the Jat community, there is also a silent messaging which is going to be done for the Jat community and try to, reach out to the Jat communities who seem to be antagonized at the BJP at the moment. And the third narrative, of course, would be the development narrative. The Prime Minister going to lay the foundation stone for defense corridor, the state university, and thereby the BJP can say that, we are trying to further move on the agenda of development. And the biggest point, of course, remains, that Hindutva narrative and the Jat sentiments which BJP wants to invoke it. So in that sense, today's visit is important. It marks the Prime Minister's aggressive pitch in the Western Uttar Pradesh region, and it could be seen and read as BJP's first mega, mobilization in the electoral battle as far as Western UP is concerned.
Right. Thank you, Pranshu, for decoding the politics behind this big visit of the Prime Minister to Aligarh. Also, Arun, thank you for joining us, for getting us the latest from ground zero, as 1 lakh people are expected to attend that grand event which will kick off in the next